Good evening. Abubronko Kofi Yesu again. Today I've come to your house again. I'm at your home, and we're going to have a discussion about the sense of purpose. Why God has even created us. Why are we here on earth? Or why are we here on the universe here? What is the purpose of us being human beings? Why are we here? Because we come and in no time we die and then we go. Sometimes it is good to ask ourselves some questions. What is our purpose? Why were we created human beings but not animals? What are we doing on this earth? Are we here just to come and being born and just live and die and go? As human beings, we are created in the image of God. And so he has given us a sense of purpose why we are here. But sometimes we need to ask ourselves some questions before we can actually realize, each and every one of us, that why are we created as human beings? In the first place, why are you created as a man? What is the purpose of being a man? And then you ask yourself, why are we created as women? What is the sense and the purpose of a woman? Because God would have, he has ever right to produce only men or only women. But in his own sense, he created men and then he created women. And in the other hand, he created human beings and then he created animals and other things. But he gave all this to human beings that we can even name them. We can even use some also for food, which means we are superior in the other hand. And he gave us a purpose also to come and fulfill. He has a goal for us. But do we know our goals as individual people? Like as a man, do you know what you're supposed to do? Or as a woman, do you know what you're supposed to do? Now, as a human being, if you don't have any sense of purpose, then you're not a human being. Because animals do not know anything. But as human beings, we can think and know what is good and know what is bad. We can think to do things that will make us feel good. Or we can do things for ourselves, like to help one another, or to do the things that God has instructed us to do. Some of us, maybe we can take it this way. Some of us will get married. Some of us will not marry. Some of us are born to be carpenters. Some are born to be teachers. Some are born to be pastors. Some are born to be engineers. Some are born to be doctors. But we are all here to do that, to serve one another. As a human being, no one is superior than any. But the jobs that God has created us to be is what make us the sense that he has given to us to do. For instance, if you're a doctor, your work is to take care of people that are sick. Now ask yourself, are you chasing money on that, or your purpose is to get people better when they are sick, or you're to help people to get healing when they are sick? If you're a pastor, are you doing this because of money, or you're counseling people to know that there's something good to do in order to praise God? Or are you praying that we love one another? Or are you advising or encouraging people so that when we meet ourselves, we will not behave like fighting here and there? Is that what you're doing as a pastor or a priest or something of the sort? What are the purposes of all these gifts that God has given us? Are we doing it for the sake of mankind, or we're doing it for the sake of the money aspect of it? Sometimes we need to think and ask ourselves these questions. That in this world, you get all the monies that you want. You can be so clever the way you want. But the purpose of a human being is to help the other human being to live in a good way, or to also be able to enjoy the life that we are all enjoying. We are not going to be equal, but at least if somebody is a doctor, the purpose of being a doctor is to help one another. If you're a carpenter, your purpose is to build roofs, furnitures, and so many things, so that a human being can also use to be happy or to enjoy life. If you're a pilot, you cross people from country to other countries. If you are a driver, you take passengers from here and to there. If you're a teacher, your purpose is to teach people so that they can also enjoy life, or they can do something also to help society. So each and everyone has a purpose. But if we don't actually do the purpose that God has assigned us, just consider, an animal do not know anything, but for human beings, we can actually do something, and that is the purpose. Are we doing the purpose? Are you doing what you have studied? Have you doing what God has actually put in you, like the talent that He has given you? It is not all of us that are going to be doctors, but it doesn't matter. If we have a sense of purpose, we would know that each and everyone has a purpose, and we need those purpose. We need one another so that we can make this world good. For instance, if you're a doctor, you need somebody to clean your house. If you're a doctor, you need somebody to do maybe your garden. If you're a doctor, you need food to eat. So we need somebody to be a farmer somewhere. If you wear these clothes, we need people to plant the cotton that we use to do this. After the cotton is produced, we need somebody to be a machinist so that they can also turn it to be clothes. So everybody has a purpose. And if we put it into action, or if we all do this purpose, we will all enjoy the world that we are in. But the problem is, sometimes some of the human beings have turned themselves to be animals. We are only thinking about power and money. And so the purpose of why we are born, we actually forgo everything and think only about money. And think only about how they can trick somebody and take advantage of them. How we can cheat someone, or how we can belittle other people, or how we can, make people look bad so that we can take advantage of ourselves. When it comes like that, then you don't have a sense of any purpose. All that you're doing is to chase, money. And then the peace that we are supposed to enjoy here, we cannot enjoy that peace, rather than, fighting one another. So as a human being, we need to think and know the purpose of why God actually made us human beings and put us here. Because we have minds and wisdom and knowledge and all that we can use to help ourselves. But we are now thinking only about monies. And so because of that, there's no peace on earth these days. We are only killing ourselves. We are only discriminating here and there. This is red, this is white, this is green, this is an African, this is an American, and all that. That is actually killing all of us. Our sense of purpose is not division. It's not about this man is rich, this one. We are to put these purposes together so that we can come into one compromise, or we can come to one sense, which is peace and joy, so that we can all enjoy this world. This world is so beautiful. So because we don't put our sense of purpose in practice, into practice, that is why sometimes we only have one purpose, that money surpasses everything. Money is the greatest thing on earth. But when you get all these monies, in the last end, you leave it somewhere and you can't even enjoy it. When you get the whole world and you lose your soul or your happiness, what is it? So as a human being, we need all the time to think about a purpose of why we are being born. We are born to help one another. We are born to love each other. We are born to help one another so that this world will be good for me and you. Abubronko Siakofi again. God bless you, and then we'll continue talking. Maybe one day the world will be a very nice place to live once again. God bless you.